Good morning, beloved. Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello. It is wonderful to connect with you, to say hi, hello, how do you do? What's happening with you? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? So, for those who will be live, let's do what we do. For those who will hashtag it and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on, I don't know you on, and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And then for those of you who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Okay? Let's make it do what it do. I'm grateful for what it do, for what it does, for how it does, for how I do, for how you do. Good morning. All right, all right, all right, all right. Um, let's see what we're doing here. We're talking about growth, right? Expansion, increasing, becoming, right? Good morning, Erica. Hey, honey bun. Good morning. Love you right back. So we're talking about growth, which is normal and natural for live things, and you are a live thing. The process of increasing in physical science, something, or just the idea of becoming more of you, right? So we know our bodies are to grow, right? It's a natural developmental process, a natural developmental increasing in size or changing, maturing, becoming larger or greater over a period of time. Growth, increase, right? So that's what we've been talking about, this notion of growth, which is expected as humans, as long as nothing's going awry, right? We growth stops or slows down or is hindered if something is a blocking it, or something isn't working the way that it was designed to work. That's when our growth slows down and or is hindered, right? And so And so, other than that, the expectation is that we would grow. So, my question for you today, the question of ponder, of wonder, of consideration is, what are some current, former, or likely hindrances to your growth, to your becoming more, not your physical growth? I'm not so much talking about the physical. This is not a channel that's talking about the body and the physical, although we might talk about it a little bit. I'm more focused on the mind, the soul, right? The mind and the soul, your intellect, your will, your emotions, growth in those constructs that we can't put our hands on. I'm more concerned about growth in the unseen. The unseen. Okay. So, what are the things that hinder your growth? What are the things that hinder your psychological, emotional, spiritual, your soul growth? What are the things that act as blocks to you, that stop the normal process of growth and expansion and increase? There's some things that we can put in place that will guarantee we continue to grow in those ways. One, just being curious about life, like being curious about what life has to bring, seeing life in all of its awe and wonder and appreciation. If we just go all wonder and appreciation, we make ourselves available to receive and to grow. Good morning, Ray Price. Thank you for your prayers. Good morning. We make ourselves available for what life brings to us, for what is available in life already. having nothing really to do with us in particular, except that we are part of the whole system of life. So when you think about this notion of growth hindrances, my question for you today is, what hinders your growth? What stands in the way of you becoming more, of you expanding and increasing and becoming more? What stands in your way? What is a hindrance? What are your blocks? What are your hurdles? In the past, I would let things build up and not say anything about, and then I was like a ticking bomb. Now I realize, amen, right? I think many of us can resonate with that, Erica. Yeah, I think many of us can resonate with past actions, past behaviors, past practices that didn't serve us well. The beautiful thing about growth, though, is that we get to learn, we get to discover, we get to know different and more, right? And then we get to change our thoughts, our behaviors. We get to change how we show up to situations because we learned, right? We continue to grow. We continue to discover. We continue to have more insight, knowledge, awarenesses in order to bring to the situation. We didn't stay the same, right? We didn't stay who we were. We didn't stay the same. We continued to increase and become and expand and show ourselves, right? For what we could be, for what more was available for us. So, so I want us today, just today, because tomorrow we'll be talking about something else. We'll be talking about growth, but we'll be talking about something else. But just for today, let's look at what are the things that can stand in our way. So let me think about that for myself. So if I'm not organized, right? If I don't put myself on some kind of system, like I really thrive, flourish from doing things over and over and over again. One, because they become familiar. Two, because the familiarity gives me comfort. And in my comfort, I'm able to dig down deep and bring everything that is within me to bear on the situation, right? To bear on the situation. And so because of those things, I what was I going to say? So because of those things, I'm able to leverage and be efficient and effective in what I do, right? So if I don't have consistency, when I don't have consistency, I can see the results of the absence of me having created a system around whatever the thing that I need to do. If I create a system, I can get it done. If I can create a system, anything that I repeat over and over again, I can make it happen. I can make it my own. I can make it work. But when I'm haphazard at a thing, right, I have to make sure that I put things in place. I have to make sure I put things in place that work to my benefit. And what worked to my benefit is knowing what's expected, what I need to do, how I need to do it, and those kind of things. So when you think of, right, when you think of uh, the things that can block you, the things that are hindrances to you, the things that can get in your way, what are those things? Right? What are those things? The absence. It can be an absence of a thing. So for me, it's an absence of. Um, yeah, if I'm not focused. Yeah, and that's rare for me, but if I'm just kind of like I'm more efficient when I'm project driven. If it's just open and long standing and on and on and on. But if I'm project driven, like there's a beginning and an end to something, I am very, very, very good on that. So what that's, as I'm talking out loud, that typically what that means for me is I need timelines. Timelines are helpful for me. If there's a real end to something, that's a motivator for me. That's a motivator, timelines. And so we have to know, what are our hindrances, right? What are the hindrances to our life, to our growth? I just believe that the expectations that Papa has for us are phenomenal. Nothing about any human is insignificant. Nothing. Nothing about any human is insignificant, right? Nothing. And so, since that is as it is so necessary and so imperative for us to do what is ours to do. And good morning, cousin. Okay, definitely will pray. Definitely will pray. Um, and since it is as it is and what it is, since we have something that is ours to do, we owe it to, we owe it. That's our debt. It is to do it. Yes, and thank you. I truly now think about the decisions before I make it. It is life giving, right? Absolutely. Um, it's ours to do. It is absolutely ours to do. We don't get the luxury without cost. It's no luxury. Like we really don't get the luxury of just twiddling our thumbs, sitting over on the sideline of our lives and letting things go as they go. No, you have to have some input, some intention. You have to have some purpose, some direction. You must um, make some decisions around what's for you to do in this season of your life, because different seasons have different decisions. Different seasons warrant different decisions. Do you see? Different seasons warrant different decisions. What are the decisions that are being asked of you in this season of your life? What are those decisions? Because when we think about all that is all that is available for us, we have to decide that it is. Because there's so much that's endless that is available for us. So much that is endless. Hey, Kaya. So much that's endless that is available for us, but we have to decide that it is ours to have. Right? We have to make that decision. Make the decision. Make the decision that you're going to live as your full version. Good morning, honey bun. That's my niece, y'all. Good morning, honey. Make the decision that you're going to live as your full version. Make the decision that no matter what has been in your past, you're moving forward. You're going to learn the lesson from the past. But what you're going to do is you're going to leverage that lesson and you're going to give it everything that you got right now. Make the decision that you're leaving nothing on the court. That when all is said and done, that you are full and satisfied. I did everything that I could do. I read something this morning. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it this morning, but I read something that was so powerful. Actually, I read it yesterday. So it's April the 3rd one. April the 3rd. Yes. The question is not. But basically, good morning, Virginia from Virginia. Good to see you, my sister. Good morning. But it is this idea that make the decision that you're going to do what it is that you're going to do. Where is my little statement? Um, so it says the question is not, is greatness calling you, but rather, are you answering? What? The question is not, is greatness calling you, meaning is greatness within you? Absolutely it is. How could it not be? How could it not be? How could it not be? In the entire universe, you are not repeated. In the entire universe, you are not repeated. Your kind is repeated, has been repeated since the beginning, right? Of humanity. But your specific model and make has never been done before. Has never been done before. Your specific model and make, it has never been done before. And so, since that is the case, you might as well leverage that. You might as well leverage how you're unique. You might as well leverage how you see things. You might as well leverage how you show up. You might as well leverage one of the things that hinder us from growing psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, soul growth, cognitively. One of the things that hinder us from growing is not believing that there is a growth imperative. Just thinking, one of the things that hinders us from growing is not leveraging what we already have. What you already have is amazing. What you've already done is amazing. You were amazing before you did anything. So it's not about what you have or what you do. It's about your being. Your amazingness, beloved, is about your being. You are amazing because you be, period, point blank. That's the end of it. Mic drop. You are amazing because you be, not because you do, not because you have, but because you be. But your doing and your having creates expansion. It touches others. It allows you to show more of your amazingness. So it is absolutely wonderful and a privilege and great and fantastic and phenomenal that we are these phenomenal creations, right? And that we come with the stuff, period. That's the beginning. That is just the beginning. Just the beginning. Because now, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with your brilliance? What you gonna do with your magnificence? What are you gonna do with your genius? What are you gonna do with the masterpiece that you are? What are you gonna do with it? That's the question at hand. Not whether or not greatness has come to you, but whether or not, let me see what I'm looking for. Okay, 18, 20. But let me see what they said in here. Let me see what Cohen said. It's not, the question is not whether or not greatness is gonna come to you. Oh, this ain't the one. Here we go. It's calling you, but whether you answering. Hey, Virginia from Virginia. Good morning, my sister. I might have said that already. I don't know. Anyway, whether or not it is answering. Are you answering greatness? Greatness is saying there is more in you. Try it again. Do it again. Ask it again. Show up again. Right? Press again. Greatness is saying there is more in you. Are you willing to do what's necessary for the more to come out? And let me just say, the more is not just for you. It is for you, but it is not just for you. There is somebody who needs your more. I was talking to somebody last night. Oh my God, I don't know where I wrote. Oh, I know where I wrote it at. They made this powerful statement. Let me see if I can find it right quick. I am somebody else's tool, is what she said. I am somebody else's tool. Um, And then what I added to this might be her statement too. Instead of hanging out and taking up space, why not be used? Why not be useful? These are her words. Yes, yes, it's not my words, somebody else's words. They were so powerful that I captured them. I am somebody else's tool, right? Instead of hanging out and just hanging out, why not be used and useful? Why not be used and be useful? Why not be intentionally used and useful? And one of the better ways to be used and useful is to sharpen your saw. To sharpen your saw. To sharpen your saw. Yes, Erica. Yes, yes, yes. One of the best ways is to know, is to know how you are gifted, right? Is to know how you are gifted and to leverage that gift. Like, give me a mic and a stage. Give me a platform. I'm gifted in having life-giving conversations. I'm gifted in creating safe environments. I am gifted in loving. I am gifted in loving. And so you got to know how you gifted. You got to know how you gifted. I am gifted in teaching. I am gifted in creating content. I'm gifted in designing programs and programming, right? I'm gifted in those ways. So you got to know what's yours to do. It's funny, my baby picture, I have one baby picture and it's prophetic. And that baby picture has my mouth wide open. It does. It has my mouth wide open. And it makes sense. If you look at all of the professions, all of my callings, all of my vocations, they represent my voice, my mouth. I'm a mouthpiece, right? I'm a mouthpiece for the kingdom, right? All right, beloved, I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And did you know at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished. You and I gave up the right to not be amazing. We simply do not have the right to not be amazing because it's pretending as if we're something that we're not, and that does not honor our being. I'm amazing. I absolutely am. I live it as if I am. I know that I am, and you are too. And I'm inviting you to the full demonstrative life from the place of a knowing of your amazingness, of your phenom. All right. Have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.